Hey there, Foppers, and welcome back to our quest to finish every single video game. Absolutely all of them. Today we're back with more Bombe, the game where you kind of make a program to solve Minesweeper. Like you solve each situation once through scripting. Well, right now we're just auto-completing some levels, the ones where our script is currently good enough to beat them. Just to see if we unlock something. I would like to unlock the next set of levels over here, if possible. We might not be quite there yet though. We're gonna unlock something here soon, and 200 levels shouldn't be too bad. Curious as to what that is. Definitely. Come on. Yeah, like our script is good enough to solve most of the basic puzzles at this point in time. It's going a bit slower in on the bigger boards, of course. Only 30 more levels. Okay. Paint. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. It might be good to like illustrate, I guess. Let's see, can we do some hexagon levels? Yeah, sure. Can beat some of those. We still need like 900 more levels, which we probably can get there, but it does take a while. So I might just want to solve some levels soon. Let's try here. Okay. So this one is 1 or 2. Well, obviously there's only one cell there, so the most it can be is a 1. That gives us a mine there. Same situation here. Okay. This one is obviously 1. It cannot be 4 mines in one cell. And basically the same situation here. Okay. This one cannot be 3, obviously. It has to be 1. And then we might as well hide the 1, 3. As long as it's perfectly overlapping with the 1. 0, 2 obviously has to be clear. 1, 4 can obviously not be 4 in 3 spaces. And we might as well hide the 1, 4 here. Like so. 1, 3, that's a 1. There you go. 0, 3, that has to be clear. I might as well do 2 minus actually. Just in case we have a 0, 3 and a 1 cell. 3, 4, that obviously has to be 3. We're gonna have a lot of these puzzles right now, I guess. Oh, 1 here, that means that everything else in the 0, 1 is clear. Also means that the 0, 1 has to be a 1, actually. Well, maybe that's the more interesting angle here. If we do this. Like so. And that gives us 1 there. And then we have a 1, 2. Well, the 1, 2 can obviously at most be 1 if it's entirely covered in a 0, 1. 2, 5 obviously has to be 2. And it has to be that as long as it's 4 or less cells. And this can never be 3 because of the 1. So it has to be 2. Like so. You can question mark those out. 3, 5 has to be 3. Do that, and we can set it to 4 minus. 3, 6. Again, has to be 3. We can set it to 5 minus. There. 4, 5 has to be 4. Like so. Now we're getting something interesting. I guess this one can never be a mine, because if it was, we'd have 1 mine on a 0, 3 here, and the most we could have would be, or we could only have 1 or 2 mines on this at that point in time, since we only have 1 leftover cell. That's not 0 or 3, so this has to be clear. Can question mark out that one. And let's see. Well, we can hide the 2, 5 at least, since it's entirely covered in a 2. And then what we do? Well, the 0, 1 is one of the mines on the 2 will be on the 0, 1, so the 0, 1 has to be exactly 1. Actually. Like so. And then the 0, 1 here can never be 0, it has to be 1. Basically the same reason. One of the mines, if this is like, this can at most have 2 mines outside of the 0, 1 region, it needs at least 1 mine in the 0, 1 region. So we can do that. We might as well question mark out these. And then we can also say that the 3, 4 can never be 4, because then it would need 2 mines in the 1 region now. And that's not possible. Okay, 1, 4 obviously has to be 1. And we can set this to 3 minus, like so. There we go, 4, 7, same thing. Has to be 4. And we can set it to 6 minus. 6 minus in there. 1, 2 in a 1 region can only ever be 1. Like so. And then the thing I see immediately here is that if the overlap between these two ones is a mine, the 1, 2 could never have a mine on it, because that would cover both of the ones here. So the overlap between these has to be clear. Can add a bunch of question marks around the board here. Like so. 5, 7 on 5. It has to be 5. It can never be 7. Put that to 6 minus. And then I guess we could use all of this somehow. Yeah, because if the 2, 3 is ever 3, that would mean that this one here is a mine and this 0, 1 here is a mine. Which would mean that this and this cannot be a mine. This one could never have a mine if the 2, 3 is 3. The 2, 3 can only be 2 because of that. Might as well add some question marks around the board here. Like so. Kind of a niche rule, I guess. Needs to have a lot of regions covering each other in a very specific way. And basically for the same reason, we can say that this spot has to be a mine. If that's ever clear, we get the same situation with both of these being mines. We might as well add some question marks now. Let's see. Just try to find where those could be, like so. This cannot be, yeah. Good. And then, for the same reason again, this 1, 2 can never be a 2. It has to be a 1. Like so. We can add a lot of question marks around the board. There we go. And now, I am, yeah. This 0, 1 can never be 0. Because then these two 1 regions would only have the ability to have a mine on this other 1 region. We need 2 mines there, which is not possible. This 0, 1 has to be a 1. Can add a lot of question marks again. We need so many rules here to complete these regions on top of each other, but if we ever meet a similar situation, we have like covered it from start to end now, so that will be solved. What I can see here is that if we have a mine on this one outside here, none of these two could be a mine on the 2, 3. If we need 2 mines here overlapping the 0, 1, that's not possible. So we need to clear all of the outside regions on that one clue, like so. And then we get some of the same stuff here. If this is ever a mine, this couldn't be a mine. The 2, 3, we need 2 mines here. This 2, 3, we need 2 mines here. That's 2 mines in total on the 0, 1, that's not possible. So this can never be a mine. Always has to be cleared. Like so. Good. The 2, 4 can never be a 4, it has to be a 2. We might as well put this to 3 minus, just in case we ever get a 2, 4 in a 2 cell. And then, well, I guess we can say all of these are clear. Because if we have a mine there, these couldn't be a mine, which means the most we could have on the 3 region there will be 2, which isn't possible. We can do that. Good. 4, 6, that's 4, obviously. I can put that to 5 minus there. 5, 8, that's only ever 5. And we might as well put it to 7 minus in there. And we've solved all of those levels. Cool. We get a new clue type here. 1 plus 2 times anything. So this is gonna be 1 if it's 2 times 0. Or it could be 2 times 1, which would mean 3. And basically it's every odd number. This could be any odd number. But for now, we only have one cell here, so the only odd number there is 1. Of course, we can do that. And 2, this has to be an even number, so it's 2 times 0, which is 0, or it's 2 times 1, which is 2, and so on and so forth. Of course, it cannot be 2, because we only have one cell, so we know that this has to be cleared out. And this is not 0, and a not 0 means, let's say a 1 plus, actually. And we don't care about the number of cells. That solves that one for us. Again, we have an odd number here, which would mean that this has to be a 1, obviously. And I guess a cleaner way to do this is 2 minus. Now we might as well hide the odd number, because we know it's entirely covered in a 1. That's good. Not 1 is obviously just clear in one cell. Okay, this is 3 plus 2 whatever, which means that since there are only 3 cells, it can only ever be 3. It cannot be 5, obviously. So we might as well put this to 4 minus and say 3 here. That's good. The same situation here. Might as well put this to 5 minus and then say this is only ever 4. Same thing here, actually. Might as well say 2 there. And then it's a 3 minus. There we go. 2, 3, 4 in a 2 is always 2. You can just put that there. 0, 2, 4 in 1, that can never be 1, obviously. It has to be cleared out. 1, 2, 3 in a 1, that can only ever be 1. Let's see. I guess a not 1 in 2 cells can be simplified to a 0, 2. Like so. I might as well hide the not 1. Because 0, 2 tells us that, and it also tells us exactly how many mines can be there, you know? Or more exactly. Let's see. Well, I guess the easier here actually is just this one. This obviously has to be 2. Because we don't have 4 cells. Rule already present, so... we already have that, obviously. I didn't even notice. We might as well hide the 2, 4 actually. Like so. That's good. Then we can go here. These 2 overlap. The 0, 2 can never be 0, because we would only ever have 1 mine for the 2. So it has to be 2 there. Doesn't matter how many there are. Okay, 1, 3, 5 obviously has to be a 1. If this is 2 minus. 2, 4, 6 has to be 2 if this is 3 minus. Like so. Not 3 in 3, that means it's a 2 minus. And we get a 0, 1, 2. We might as well remove the not 3. As long as these are overlapping. 3, 4, 5, that can only ever be 3 in 3 cells. Like so. And 5 plus 2 star, that can only ever be 5. If we have 6 or fewer cells, like so. 4, 5, 6 has to be 4. 3, 5, 7 in 4 or less will always be 3. And then I guess this 0, 1 can never be 0, because it needs at least 1 for a 2, 3. So it has to be 1 in these. Can question mark out those. 6, 2, 6 plus 2 star in 6, or I guess 7 or fewer cells will always be a 6, like so. 1, 3, 5 in 4 or fewer cells, we can say, will always be 1 or 3, like so. And then we can hide the 1, 3, 5 clue, since we have more detailed information here. 1 plus 2 star in 3 cells, it has to be 1 or 3. And we might as well change this to 4 or fewer cells actually, because it can never be 5. And we can hide the 1 plus 2 star clue, because it's less detailed than the 1, 3. Okay. And I guess we can take the 1 clue here and the 3 clue. And we can say that the 3 clue can never be 3, because it would need 2 mines in the 1 region here. It will always be 1, like so. There we go. And we have these two overlapping. So 5 plus 2 star can always be hidden if it's perfect with a 5 region. And the 5 clue will always have a mine in the 0, 1 because it only has 4 cells outside. Which means that the 0, 1 will always be 1, like so. 0, 2 covered in a 1 can obviously never be as 2. Okay. Same thing here, 0, 3 can only have 1 outside, so if it's 3 we would need 2 mines in the 1 region, which is not allowed. We might as well clear out all of these. 2, 3, 4 in 3 cells can only ever be 2 or 3. Okay, there we go. 4, 5, 6 in 5 cells can only ever be 4 or 5. Like so. And then we do get that if, like this has to be clear, if this was a mine, you couldn't have a mine here or a mine here, leaving the 4 or 5 with only 3 possibilities. So the overlap between the ones here has to be clear. Like so. I guess we might as well change this to 3 minus. Okay. What can we say here? Well, I guess if this is a mine, the overlap between the 0, 1s here, we couldn't have a mine on the 1 because it's entirely covered in 0, 1s. So the overlap has to be cleared out. Like so. And then we get a not 1. Not 1 means that this can never be a mine. If it was, we would only have 1 mine available on the 1. So the overlap here can never be a mine, like so. That's good. And we clear all of these. See how many we solve here. And now we have clues outside of the grid. Ah, interesting. Let's just see how many we solve. Okay. Well, we get a 2 star on a 2. That's 0 or 2. And we can say 3 minus cells. So we might as well hide the 2 star there, since it's covered in a 2, 0, 2. If this is 3, that messes with the 0, 1, so it has to be 1. Like so. I'm kind of stumped here immediately. Don't see the solution immediately, let's go to the next level. This is not 2 in 2 cells, so it's 1 minus. 3, 4, 5 in 4 cells can only ever be 3 or 4. And 0 and 1 plus. This will hide the not 0 clue. And since this is 3 cells, we might as well say 1, 2, 3. Like so. And then we can hide the 1 plus. Like so. Not 2. And then a 1 covering 2 of them means that the other cell here will always be clear, Because if it was a mine, we would have 2, which isn't legal. Okay. Then what else do we get here? Let's go to the next level. 468 here, that has to be 4, obviously. Oh, we might as well change it to a 5 minus, like so. Good. This is a messy level. What do we have here? Well, this can never be 3. That would use the 2 slots on the 1, 2, which will only leave us with at most 1 mine for the 2, 3 there. So it will always be 2. Like so. And we can question mark out some of these. There we go. And I guess the 1, 2 here can only ever be 1, because if it, or ever be 2, I mean, if it was 1, then we wouldn't have enough for both of these 2s, both of them need some iron on the 1, 2. So we can do this. Okay, that's good. That gives us a very messy area here, actually. Okay. Okay, and I guess here we can say that the one outside has to be a mine on both of these. Basically the same reason. If one of them wasn't, we would cover so much that the other one would be impossible to solve. We have a 2 plus 2 star overlapping at 2. We can hide a 2 plus 2 star there. 2, 4, 6 in 3 cells. Oh, we already have that. It's a 2, which means we can hide the 2, 4, 6. There we go. Not 2 and a 0, 1. We can hide the not 2. Like so. And we have cleared out a lot of the clues we had earlier here. Looks a little bit more reasonable now, I think. Let's see. Something's gotta give. Yeah. 0, 2, these 2s and this 1. So if the 0, 2 is 0, that would mean that this cell and this cell was a mine to fulfill the 2. It would also mean that this cell and this cell was a mine to fulfill this 2. That would give us 2 mines on the 1, which is impossible. So the 0, 2 here has to be a 2. Actually. And just see. There we go. Okay, a much simpler board now. And the 0, 1 here, it can never be a mine. Because if we had 1 mine here, that would overlap with the 1s there. The other one that didn't have a mine on the 0, 1 would need a mine down here, which would give 2 mines to the 1 that has a mine on the 0, 1. So the 0, 1 has to be cleared out. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my brain. I don't know if I'm explaining it well enough though. Okay, there we go. 0, 2, 4, that has to be 0, 2. Oh, okay. Okay, Google. Oh, no, I didn't mean... Oh, man. Okay, like so. And then we might as well hide the 0, 2, 4 like so. There we go. I mean, the simplest solution here is to just say everything is 0. But I don't know how to prove that. If we have a 2, that would surely mess with something. Yeah, it would. So just any possibility of 2s on this 0, 2 would mess with the other 0, 2s here, would leave them with 1 or 3, which isn't possible. I don't know how to explain it, I just see it, you know, where I guess I'm wrong. But at least this cell has to be cleared because of that reason. Makes sense to me. We can do that. Okay. 0, 2 can never be 2, it has to be cleared because it's entirely covered in a 0, 1. We can't have 2 mines in a 0, 1. Okay, but unfortunately that is all the time we have for this episode here today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll see the next one. And remember, if you do want to become a Fopper just like us, do consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free and it really helps me out. Anyways, have a nice day and goodbye!